Hey guys, Ben here. We're going to find out how deep can the GPZ 7000 go and at what depths. We have 9 different holes dug here with plastic pipes put in, and at the bottom of each one we have a 1 gram minted bar laid perfectly flat, anywhere from 100 mil, which is 2 inches, all the way up to 500 mil, which is 20 inches. And we're going to go through, do the signal on every single one, and if you hang to the end, we're actually going to show you what depth we can get to on just the standard settings. Then we're going to play with some of the more advanced settings and see how deep we can actually go with the GPZ 7000. I mean, there's a lot of talk that the 7000 will go 3 times deeper than any other detector. We're going to put that to the test today and show you exactly how deep that does go. Hey guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification so you can be updated on any of the other cool videos that we have coming up. Make sure you check our playlist. We've got heaps of cool stuff that you can check out as we go on. All right, so I have the 7000, GPZ 7000 Minelab detector, and I'm gonna be running through all these different spots. I also have the wireless audio here, and inside right on top of that, I also have a special wireless mic to pick up the exact sound straight on top of it. And then I have obviously the signal. So let's see how we go. So this is the 50 mil. Under there, this is what it should sound like with a 1 gram minted piece. So you're definitely gonna hit that. If you're walking along, that's what it'll sound like. Cool, so let's have a look at the 100 mil. All right, so I've got the 7000, GPZ 7000. I have 100 mil in the ground in the pipe, which you've seen before, and it also has a 1 gram minted bar in there. So let's have a look at what that would sound like. So if you were coming across a nugget, small little nugget that was 100 mil deep, this is what it should sound something like. So you're definitely gonna hit that. Also, we've also filled that with the actual sand from the ground. So, you know, that's exactly what that would sound like in the ground. So let's have a look at what 150 mil would sound like. Now this is all just the standard settings of the GPZ 7000. So when you do the auto start, you reset all your settings. There's no funny settings here or anything, just standard coil, standard settings with all the detecting. So we'll come into this one. So you're coming in. It's a little bit fainter, but again, you know, if you're walking over that, even if you're walking quickly, you know, you're gonna hit that every time. Okay, so we have 100, 150. So I think 100 mil is 4. So that was 4 inches, the first one. This is gonna be 6 inches. So 4 inches, then 6 inches. And then we have another one here at 200 mil, which is gonna be 8 inches for those of us in Imperial. So let's have a look. We'll come in. Should be slightly fainter as we come in. Again, still quite a good signal. If you walk over that pretty quickly, you're gonna hear it. Perfect. Nice and low. Okay, so it's 8 inches or 200 mil. Let's come out to 250. See how this one pans out. Again, we'll come in fast and then I'll do it slow. Whoa, see, that's much fainter, right? Hang on a second. All right, let's do that again. So this is at 10 inches or 250 mil. Let's come in and see. I'll come in fast and see if we pick it up. All right, so you will hear that. Now, obviously if you're going, here's a pro tip for those just getting started, low and slow with your detecting, you'll definitely hear that, okay? So it'll give you a lot of time to react to that, particularly in grouty noise, where it's a bit noisy in ground. Very cool. So no problems picking that one up. Now let's move out to, let's come in at 300 mil. So 300 mil is going to be 12 inches, I think. Okay, so I'll come in and we'll do 300 mil. I'll come in fast and I'll do it slow with the detector. So 300 mils, 12 inches. Let's see how it pans out. Come in. Okay, so it is quite faint. Okay, so this is why you'd want to be doing a bit lower and slower at this sort of speed. There we go. Ooh, you should hear that. I mean, most detector speed, you know, I sort of detected about this speed. I'm going to hear that going across. Okay, next one we have 350 mil or 14 inches. Again, I'll come in fast and slow, see how we go. A 1 gram minted bar. So I'll probably walk straight over that if I was going fast. If I'm detecting along, I'm not going to hear that, right? If I go slow, however, can I get it? Just. But I'd have to line the middle of the coil up exactly as I go. Or maybe, I may pick that up. So that's probably, I guess, you're still going to hear it, but are you going to hear it as you go quickly? Possibly not. Okay, it's about 350, 1 gram. Starts to peak out a little bit. Let's come over to 400 mil. It's 400 mil, 16 inches or something. So 400 mil at 16 inches, let's see how this goes. I don't think I'm going to pick this up fast. Nah. Let's clean the top of it off. Now if I come in really slow, I can just get it. But if I'm coming fast at this, you know, I may think that that's ground noise or something. I'm not. Am I digging it up at that point? Maybe, but it's a long way. 400 mil is a long way down to get 1 gram, so. I can just hear it at 400 mil. All right, cool. So if you're out finding a new spot or you're sort of just doing a bit of exploring, you are not gonna pick that up. If you were gridding an area, like you knew there was some gold and you were being really careful with your detector, you may. But yeah, very faint sort of signal there. 450, 18 inches, 450 mil. Again, it's gonna have to be really slow with this one. Now, I think it caps out at about somewhere between 400 and 450, 16 to 18 inches. You're gonna, nah. You're not stopping for that, no matter how you go along the journey. All right, cool, and then we also have one at 500, which of course, if it's capping out at 450, chances are you're not gonna get it. Okay, so this is the last hole, 500 mil. So 500 mil should be 20 inch. So last hole, 500 mil at 20 inches. Let's see how we go. Get me nice and slow, nice and low. No. Now, the other thing to bear in mind here is that each one of these each one of these bars is laid perfectly flat at the bottom. When you're doing maybe a 1 gram nugget or something this small, it may be round in shape or long and up in straight in shape. So you're probably not going to get, well, it may be better, it may be worse, you know, it might be a bit longer than what we have here. The reason we've done it this way though is just for consistency in every single hole. You know, that's what you're going to get. I mean, 1 gram piece is really small. But I mean, if you're pulling, you know, what did we come up with? 450 mil. Off of 7,000 at one gram, that's a long way down. That's pretty impressive, so pretty happy with that. Okay, now the other thing we can do is we can actually change the settings inside of the 7000 to see if we can pick this up on a setting that will allow for deeper detection. We'll show you how to do that, what that is, and see if we can pick up maybe the 450 and the 500 at 1 gram. Okay, so guys, when you get these and you set them up in just in the standard settings of the quick start, it's going to start in the high yield setting. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move it across into the general, see if we can pick up those extra depths, and then we can move over into the high yield. So we just select it across. It's actually the second menu across from the quick start. So there's your quick start, which you start off every time you use your detector, and then there's the high yield one just there. So all right guys, cool. So we're gonna go test that out and see how that goes. All right guys, because we have changed the settings, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna do the quick track with the little coil that's provided. So you just push the button on the bottom of here, try and just make that a bit less noisy. There we go. Cool, take your finger off the bottom here, just there. 500, 450, 400. Let's see how we go. Go fast. Not gonna pick it up. We go slow. I think it's actually worse on the general, to be honest. So let's come back to the 350. So about 350 on general. I think we got to 400 last time on the high yield. So, you know, the high yield actually performs better than the general setting, which is really interesting in terms of depth. Let's just come in here and have another look. And that's only just, I mean, really, I'd probably have to come back to the 300 to really nail that. So, yes, I've almost lost like 100 mil. Well, 100 mil easy because I was pinging it at 400 before to get a decent sort of signal. Even that is super faint. So yes, I'm not really rating that general setting very much at all. Maybe it's better for pinging lower pieces. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that particular setting and why you'd want to use it. Make sure you leave me some comments in the chat box below. We just wanted to set these up, do a test and see what actually happens. All right, thanks guys. We're going to move on to changing this now to the extra deep setting. So we're going to change this to the extra deep setting, and we reckon that'll hopefully help us ping some extra deep nuggets. Okay, so now we've obviously gone into that same setting. We've selected the one furthest on the right, which is the ultra deep or extra deep setting. And we're going to actually test that out, see how that goes. So on the first setting, which was the high yield, we got to about 400, maybe 450. On the general setting, it was 300 to maybe 350. Now we're going to move over to the deep setting. Hopefully we get a bit more depth. Again, because we've changed the settings, we want to put the, just quickly do a quick track. Just quickly do that. Oh, looks like that's working pretty good. All right, so let's see how we go. Okay, so let's start at 300 on the ultra deep, see if we can ping it. Coming a bit faster. I can hear it, but I would have to come in really slow, okay? Really slow there. So I mean, maybe the extra deep is for like bigger nuggets at depth, maybe not the smaller nuggets at depth, but I'm pretty sure just on the general setting I got a deeper, like a louder signal here than I did on the extra deep. But let's see how we go at 350. Let's have a bit of a look. Maybe you would hear that if you were gridding, and like, you know, maybe just, I don't think that this is, I wouldn't stop for that as I was walking along. So maybe 300 again to 350. So the extra deep, very similar to the general setting. So the extra deep is very similar to the general setting. You know, realistically, On the standard setting that it comes with the high yield, I was able to get, you know, an extra 100 mil deep, probably about a similar sort of signal. So, I mean, really when you start your detector, just leaving it on the basic settings when you do your quick start, it's probably a really good thing to do. So yeah, really, really interesting. If you've got any comments or questions, guys, maybe I've done this wrong, or you're supposed to do, you know, deeper nuggets, bigger nuggets at deeper depths, you know, or different ones to different settings, let us know. This is just what we found in this particular test.